How y'all doing? Cliff in the Doorway 2, doing another one of those reviews you love. Today is Sunday, July 11th, 2021. We are going to be doing it for a band called Sepiroth, out of the Netherlands. I know there's a lot of bands with this name, but this is a death metal band out of the Netherlands on a Hammerheart sub-label called, I think it's Petrichor is how you say it, or Petrichor. I am not really sure, but they are now the label that Hammerheart Records out of the Netherlands does for newer bands, not re-releases, where that's where Hammerheart's doing all their stuff now. This is on cassette, CD, vinyl, and digital. It came out, I think, on July 9th, and yes, it did. It came out on July 9th. It is 10 tracks long. First track is a whole bunch of letters and numbers and just an intro, so we're not going to talk about that. But this is definitely some crushing death metal from the Netherlands. It looks like they have a few things out before this. I have not heard them before. This is the first record I'm going to be listening to with you. And from what I've heard so far, it's been kicking some major ass. So it looks like the vinyl is on neon green or yellow black smoke vinyl, and then there is a black vinyl version as well too. Looks like all of them are pretty limited, 100 copies, and then the black vinyl doesn't look to be very limited. Anyway, let's listen to track number 2 off of Sepiroth's record, Condemned to Suffer, on, I guess it's Petrichor Records or Petrichor Records, however you want to say it. It is called Embedded Defects. There you go. There's a little taste of the first track. It's a mix of melodic, a little bit of progressive, but has that brutal old school death metal sound as well too. And sometimes you just really want a record like this, and it's catchy as shit, and I just totally dig it. I am not going to ramble on about this record because I just guys want you to hear a little bit of it. This is track number 4. It's called 6 Times a Charm. Alright, there's a good taste of the second song. It's got a very much thrash metal vibe going to it as well, man, too. That kind of extreme 90s thrash metal mixed in with it that just really works well. Let's listen to another track from Sepiroth. This is just a really great old school inspired extreme death metal record with some really kick-ass melodies and brutal riffs. Let's listen to track number 6. It is called Destined Between the Eyes. There we go. Sometimes you just need to talk about bands that aren't reinventing the wheel, but are just really making kick-ass, updated modern versions of death metal, mixing in old school vibes, new school vibes, thrash metal vibes, proggy vibes, just melodic kick-ass vibes. And Sepiroth on Condemned to Suffer is very much doing that. Sometimes you just really want a really good death metal record. And not a lot of people talk about death metal anymore because there's so many bands out there. But there are a lot of good bands out there making great records, and this is one of them. So don't be a fool. Check it out. You can get it on any format you want. CD, digital, cassette, LP. Pick it up however you want and listen to it. Support the band, man. Let's listen to one last track. We're going to listen to the very last track, which is track number 10. It's called River of Perdition, and here we go. what the fuck do you want, man? This is a great death metal record. Just get it. Stop hemming and hawing and just get it. Sometimes it's just great to have good music, and this is what Sepiroth is. Came out July 9th on digital, CD, LP, and cassette. The band's name is Sepiroth. The album is called Condemned to Suffer. It is on, I don't know, Petrichor Records, Records. I don't know how to say the name. It doesn't matter. You can see it at the bottom here. There are links to their Bandcamp and Facebook pages for Sepiroth. Support these guys. They're from Netherlands. There's so many good Dutch Netherlands bands. If there's one band that this kind of reminds me of most, it's a band called Alter, also from the Netherlands, but very similar to Alter in the way that they create music. It's not as black metal. It's more death metal, but again, very similar in tones and styles, and it's another band that's highly recommended. You like what I do, man, just go to YouTube and Instagram TV, The Doorway 2 magazine, and subscribe both. Hit that subscribe link, post comments, talk about this music. Let me know you give a shit, because some of you have some of the nicest comments I've seen coming in. Love that you want to see more underground music and not just all the big bands getting reviewed, and I try and do that. I try and review the smaller bands or more mid-sized bands that are getting releases coming out. I like to do it the week they're released, not before, to give them hype when the record actually comes out. Again, this came out on Friday, July 9th, 2021. Clint from The Doorway 2. Until next time, see ya.